Hello, beautiful. Welcome to the Mindset with Mary podcast. I'm super grateful to have you here because today I am sharing something with you that I don't typically share on my podcast. This is something that I share with my clients, and so you're going to get a little sneak peek of one of the things that I love to do. And one of the first sessions that I take my clients through is a clarity intensive, because the first step in manifestation is knowing what you want. And what I've learned through the process is that there's so much resistance to clarity. My clients, myself, and so many people resist the freedom to get really freaking clear on what they want because their logical brain comes in and is like, here's the limits. We can't go beyond this. So this is what I'm going to talk about today. And I'm going to help you understand why it's important to release those restrictions, to let your mind really just start to wander and dream and go big so that you can create big, amazing things. But before we dig in, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Mary. I'm a mindset and life coach. My goal here in this space on the Mindset with Mary podcast is to help you believe in yourself more today than you believed in yourself yesterday. The more that you can build that day in, day out, the more you can start showing up for yourself, because you deserve it, because you are worthy and capable beyond measure. You're worthy simply because you exist. And I want you to see that, and I want you to feel empowered in knowing that and taking action on your goals and dreams. I want to help you get out of life what you came here to create. And it's so exciting for me because I've been able to see so many people in this journey just shift and change. And really, I don't even like to call it shifting and changing, because it's really not that. It's just them coming back to their true essence. I had a client the other day that said their inner compass. It's all about coming back to what your inner compass guides you towards. It's really, truly about that. So if you're new here, you're in for a treat, because these episodes are here to help you believe in yourself more, build your confidence, and really start aligning yourself with success so you can do it in a fun, creative, and less stressful way. If you've been around, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for supporting this podcast. But more than anything, thank you for showing up for yourself consistently. Thank you for working on your personal development. You deserve to celebrate that. One of the things that I really encourage my clients to do consistently is celebrate themselves daily. The more you get comfortable celebrating yourself, the more you're going to start to see how amazing you truly are. And so I really like to teach that. And so I want you to do it right now. What's one thing that you are celebrating yourself for today? And if nothing comes to mind, I just want you to think of the ways that you've shown up for yourself, the ways that you've shown up for others. For me, the things I'm celebrating today is I woke up, I worked out, I did a meditation, and I went to work, and it was kind of a hard day at work, and I put in the work, I got it done, and I'm here now. And I'm just proud of myself for that. And I want you to feel that too. So celebration is key, because the more you celebrate yourself, the more you build your confidence, the more you train your brain to start seeing the amazing things that you're already truly capable of. Okay, so let's dig into the content. So one of the first sessions with my clients is a clarity intensive. And this is where we just really dive deep into what we're creating through the program that I take them through. And in that process is knowing what you want, because I can show you all the steps to create the results, but if you don't know what you want, or it's not very clear, you're probably going to get unclear results. You want to be intentional and know what you're going towards. And yes, through the process, as you start to see your worth and you start to see your value and build your confidence, your goals and dreams might shift. That does happen so often. But starting with clarity gives you direction. I took my daughter to a karate class once, and the karate teacher was talking about how you want to keep your feet planted straight forward. Not out, not in, not one out, not one in, not vice versa. And the reason why is because you need to know the direction you're going. Someone who doesn't know where they're going is not going to get results. Leaders who don't know where they're going cannot lead. I felt this so heavily in my recent job. I felt like the leader that was there didn't want to be there. He didn't know where he was going or what direction he was taking himself through just being there in general. And what I found was that not very many people felt safe following him. Your brain is not going to get on board with you if you don't have a general direction. If you're all over the place willy-nilly, your brain's not going to want to get on board with you. It wants to know that it's safe. It wants to know that you're going to grab its hand. I know this is kind of silly, but it wants to know that you're going to grab its hand because it's just a little toddler and help guide it through the process. So we want to get really clear. Clarity is key to the direction that you are going. And if you want to be the leader of your life, you need to have that direction so that you feel more safe through the process. So that the parts of you deep inside that were maybe taught certain patterns or certain things that are scared that you haven't worked through quite yet can start to feel more safe as you start on the journey. So the first thing is clarity. Now, one of the questions that I always ask is something I learned from a leadership conference. And when I learned this, it really was quite transformative because it opened my mind up to bigger possibilities than what I was allowing it to open my mind up to. So it was a future self, I guess you would call it like section of the leadership conference. And what they asked us was, what would you do if you had unlimited resources and no rules? And it really was just like, what? Wait, what? Like all the money you need, all of the time, energy, all of the things that you normally make excuses for, right? Time, energy, and money seem to be the top three that I always get from people, which if you're having those excuses consistently, one of the things I teach my clients is an excuse protocol. And if you're curious to learn more, you can always book a free coaching call because the first one is free. And we can help you get really clear on what it is that you want and help you find that direction. And then also get to know about the coaching package so that you can learn about the excuse protocol. It's literally one of my favorite things because it really teaches you about the brain. Anyways, back to the moral of the story. And maybe even allowing yourself to pause this episode and come back to it and journal around it. Or if you're just like, out for a walk, pause it for a minute and let your brain just open your mind up to the idea. What would you do? No rules and unlimited resources. You can literally do whatever you want. You don't need permission. Time, money, energy, all of the things are not in the way. And what would you do? And I just want to share with you some of the things that have come up in asking this question. I remember at the conference, there was one girl who was like, I just want to frolic on the beach naked. I had one client, just seriously, like one of like just the best people in the world. She's like, I would just want to sell everything and live, on a little farm and grow a garden. And, just so many different things. I had one client that was like, I would just buy all of the healthy food and fuel that my body needs. I had a couple other clients say different things. And it's just really fun to learn what people would do when they get a step into their future self, the version of them that literally is boundless, is limitless, has no rules and no restrictions on resources. I had one client say that she would take her family to Hawaii and she would make sure they all had different Airbnbs. For me, like one of the things that I would love to do is just help my kids pay for their schooling, for their future investments, and also just leave my job. That is one of the things that I would do if I had unlimited resources. And I would grow this coaching business so big that I can impact so many people. Because when I really think about it, like the amount of people who are out there living unintentionally, feeling like they're not worth what they desire, feeling like they aren't capable of what they desire. It breaks my heart to think about because I've been there and I'm even still going through my own growth and changes. And I want to help impact people. So with those things in mind, what that does for me, and it reminds me that if I had no rules and unlimited resources, I would literally quit my job. Meaning that there's a deeper part inside of me that is not consistently loving the thing. Even when I show up every day and find reasons to love my job, because I put a lot of effort into creating happiness in the job where I am currently, there is still a part of me deep inside that is calling me to something more, something bigger, something more aligned. And what does this tell us? What does this help us see when we allow our minds to go there? Which, by the way, if you're struggling to allow your mind to go there, this is totally typical. My brain struggles with this. Most people's brains do. Because when you ask yourself to think big, it also is like your brain might resist the safety and logical side of that, right? So if you're trying to think big, and I've seen this so often with my clients, is they'll think little because, and this is at no fault of anyone's, is because the brain is like, wait, this isn't safe. There's no way that this is safe. Like, I just want to protect you from going and spending all your money and going to Hawaii and then not having any savings or investings left, right? So the brain is resisting that because it wants to keep you safe. So that's normal. And that's why you get to be like, okay, but this is not real. Like, we're just envisioning it. Take a few deep breaths, put your hand on your heart, one hand on the tummy, and just sit for a minute. Listen to the sound of the AC going. Tune into your breath in and out. Take deep breaths as you relax each part of your body and like really let yourself get to a place of feeling safe and comfortable. And then letting your brain know, okay, yes, I get it. In my current circumstance right now, that might not feel safe. And I'm just going to let my mind go there for a minute. We're just going to go there with no obligation to actually go there. We're just going to open our mind up and see it and feel it. So that's just the sidebar. If you're not fully getting there, that's okay. And if you need help being able to relax so you can start envisioning things, I just want you to know, like, I can absolutely help you with that. That is something I've struggled with for myself for years. I couldn't understand why I couldn't visualize. And so I would use Pinterest to see pictures, or I would use, like, my brain just couldn't see the thing. But as I started to understand the deeper mindset work, and then also like the parts work and the inner child work and the emotional work that I've done, it's like my emotions are these little toddlers, and they all have, certain things that come up and big emotions. And some of them are just scared because there's a part of me at some point in my life that went through something that made me think that opening my mind up to those things would be scary and unsafe and that I would die. So you just have to remind your brain, like, I'm just going to visualize something small, and then ask yourself, like, did I die? And if the answer is no, then it's like, okay, well, we're safe. We can keep doing it. No biggie. So that's just your sidebar. Like, if you're struggling, you're not alone, and it's absolutely possible for you to grow that. Okay. So once you ask yourself that question, what it does for you is it starts to show you the values and themes that shine through, right? So like my job, clearly there's a part of me that's like, there's something bigger out there for you than just this job. And it's calling me and it's pulling me, and I feel it pulling my heart forward. And so I need to listen and tune into that, because if I don't tune into that, I'm missing out on a big piece that the universe is calling me to. So I need to listen and open my mind up to it. So then the next part of this process is really starting to write down and map out what those values and themes are. What values shine through? For me, some of the things were freedom. Like, I really wanted to create freedom. I no longer wanted to be on someone else's schedule. I wanted to expand my wealth and give so much to my family and people around me. I wanted to stop living in the fear and start finding a way to live in more peace so that I can impact more people and start helping them see their worth. And that's big. And there's themes that shine through, right? That freedom, the giving, the generosity, the ability to impact. Those are the things that shine through, and really just being able to have fun and enjoy my life on my terms. So then you create a theme. So the next step is to really create a theme for the rest of the year to get you to the goals that you're working towards. And that's really asking yourself, like for me, and what I use as a theme is, will this help me enjoy my life? Will this help me set an example? Will this give me the ability to give more? Will this help me impact others around me? Does this decision, after it goes through this filter, right? So this theme and this filter that I take it through as I'm making these decisions, I'm asking myself, okay, this is your second glass of wine on a Wednesday night. Is this helping you enjoy life more? Is this showing your kids a good example? Is this helping you impact others? And is this helping you give more? And typically on a Wednesday night, no, it is not. And as it goes through that filter, I can make an empowered decision and say, you know what? I feel good not doing this because I feel really compelled knowing that when I choose this decision, even though it's going to be really freaking hard, as I choose this decision, it's going to be now associated with a positive outcome. So instead of me thinking that not drinking that second glass of alcohol is this negative thing, right? So my brain probably associates it with negativity, like, oh no, now I'm not going to be able to relax as much. Oh no, like you're taking away something from me. Now I'm saying I'm choosing differently, and that's going to create this result that then helps you feel more empowered, more peaceful, more connected, and more creative and more free than ever before. And as I associate that decision with those feelings, I am compelled to continue to create new habits and new patterns that then create the results that I want. Okay, see how that works? So let me go back and recap just so you can remember. So what you want to do is you want to first ask yourself, what would you do if you had unlimited resources and no rules? After you map that out, ask yourselves, what are the values and themes that shine through? Then, after doing that, I want you to go through and really start to create a filter or theme for the rest of your year in asking yourself a question that will help you make decisions moving forward. Okay, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I have so much to share with you guys. I'm working on something in the background. I want you to think launch. A launch is coming up. I'm excited. Stay tuned because it's going to be big. It's going to be bold. And I feel so freaking excited and so empowered to share this with you. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you loved this episode, please share it with a friend. Please rate, review it, leave a comment on YouTube, print screen it, share it on Instagram, whatever you can to do to share this message with somebody that you know it's going to help. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love you so much. Love and light. Mwah.